So I'm now going to move these around. We're going to do a sketch of the whole body. Now we're talking construction sketches for the entire body. And the idea here is that and I said we're going to talk about dynamic poses as opposed to just straight frontal poses or just a standing pose. So I'm going to start with something a little bit, let's say easier. I think I only am going to spend time doing one thing. So looking at this right now, and I'm not sure I like how big that is. So let's change it. Oops. Let's go. That's really good. Okay, so there's our head. And I'm going to do contours because I'm going to show, my contours are going to tell me where my head is facing. And so right there I can see that my head is actually facing down. And I know that my masses are going to be, I know what my masses already are. So my masses, my chest mass, my thoracic mass here is going to be probably twice as big as my head. So I know that offhand. Again, I'm going to do more contours. More contours tell me the angles, tell me the posture of where my body, what's actually happening in the pose of my body. And so I'm kind of imagining something right now that's maybe I'm thinking kind of Spider-Man-esque. So then we're going to have a pelvic mass here. Again, I'm going to do the contours that show what's happening with that mass rather than just being a circle. Now I'm showing what are the angles, and so you've got your hips here, and the pivot point for those for guy hips are a little further down, they're a little narrower. Chick hips are a little wider they're on the outside. So then I'm gonna draw my leg way down here, and then this leg way over here. And then I'm gonna go, let's see if I missed anything. Nope. I'm gonna do a foreshortened arm right up into the camera. Let's see, I'm thinking about the pose of the hand, and thinking right now that I might want to do a quick little gesture sketch of what is happening so that I can have some guidance. Do I like it to be all stretched out like that and just like that? And if so, then it actually makes sense for him to be maybe this. I'm thinking drama. I'm thinking what is dramatic here, and doing a quick little gesture sketch is helpful because it gives me I don't have to be bogged down with. So this one's going to go way far away, and this one's going to go way up here, and maybe he's even reaching up like that, right up towards the camera. Okay, so I kind of like that. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I want this probably getting too long as it is. So there's a couple things. So this is a good little guide right there for me to check out. So it tells me where I want my hand to be. Okay, so now that arm is coming right up into the camera, and this arm is going to go way back there. And if this was Spider-Man, it probably wouldn't be quite this buff, but whatever. We're not trying too hard to make it be Spider-Man. So a couple things. Now I've got the limbs sketched out, and I kind of know what's going to happen with the overall pose. Now I'm just going to kind of fill in the blanks. So each one of these limbs is going to be a cylinder. So the cylinder, and each cylinder has its own shape, whether it's the humerus or the forearm or whatever it is, and you've got to know your proportions and your anatomy to some degree. So I'm not I'm going to teach you those things. You got a bicep right here, and you got a deltoid right here, and you got a your forearm right there. I don't remember what those muscles are called. So again, this is shaping. This is the shape of a cylinder right here. So I'm showing this end of the cylinder to tell me that it's coming right at me. And then the same thing with these over here. You're going to have I use just circles for my joints, but you don't have to do that. So you've got your glute here. He's probably pretty buff for Spider-Man. Probably a little too buff for Spider-Man. Too much mass. Too much Arnold. And I probably would do... I want him a little more extreme up here. Not sure if it's my pen that's being weird or me. A little more drama up here. I kind of know what the overall shape of this all is. He's got a couple of glutes there. So his midsection here is going to be a big cylinder. I'm actually going to erase some of this mess so that I can see what's actually happening here. I'm kind of building us from a skeleton all the way out to the muscles and then out to the outfit. So then each one of these layers, whether I'm actually using layers or not, I'll erase or add new layers, whatever makes sense. So there's also the top of the head is about here, and I'd have eyes probably about here. And then again with I didn't really follow my own rules very well, but the hand, there's your hand right there. You got that, and then you got that joint, and I'm going to ignore that joint. And then again, this is another cylinder. And then joint again. You got a joint here, but I'm ignoring it. It's that art thing. You can't break the rules until you know what they are. Okay, so there's some rough sketch stuff, and you can see that the overall pose is pretty much done. I may need to do some work. The distance from his hip here to this knee is really long, so I might actually have to bring it in here someplace. And as I play with it, I'm going to try different things. If I don't think it is working or looking right, I can adjust. But the overall construction sketch is basically done, and I've got I'll clean it up to give myself kind of the lines, the boundary lines that I'm going to use. Let's see, it's two fingers together there then. It's not really pushing very far away. This probably's got to get smaller and push down away to make it look like it's going farther away. So there's your construction sketch. Again, what I do is I work on those contour lines just to give me direction for my masses, and then the skeleton is there with the single lines and the joints, and then after that I go in and I put those cylinders in, and the cylinders just help give it mass and keep it constrained to the skeleton. So that's a construction sketch of the body in a dynamic pose, and that's it.